Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So we have here the first 5-star featured champion that I ever went for in the arena, Havok. He's not awakened. From what I can understand, he doesn't need to be awakened, but first we're going to rank him up to 3. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and level him up. This process used to take a much longer time, but thanks to the Smart Select, doesn't take too long, but thanks to the problems connecting to the network, it's not as quick as it could be. All right, let's go to the stash here. You can see I always have ISO that's expiring. All right, just claim max just for speed here. And I already know that it will not go over. I don't know what their threshold is. Let's take away a few of these. Yep, there we go. And as soon as it finishes with the problems connected to the network, oh, didn't do it that time. All right, so he is rank 3, and we're going to take a look at his abilities and his synergies as well. And we'll see why I think he's going to be a lot of fun to play with. All right. So first, let's take a look at his synergies. All right, so he has a synergy here with Mr. Sinister, Cyclops, both of the versions there. He gains 2 plasma charges after each special attack. From what I know, the more plasma charges or the faster that you can gain the plasma charges, the better it is for his damage. All right, you've got old teammates here. You've got Nightcrawler and Wolverine. Each time he deals energy damage, he has a 10% chance to gain a plasma charge. You'll notice the theme. It's all about getting him faster plasma charges. All right, you've got Uncanny Avengers. And again, well-timed blocks grant 1 plasma charge. So it's all about trying to get him plasma charges as fast as you can. All right, so his signature ability is not awakened here, but we can take a look at his signature ability with my 3-star here. All right, so I have the 3-star here. Let's take a look at the signature ability. Each time Havok gains a plasma charge from any source other than his ability, he has a 25% chance to gain another one, and I'm sure that goes up with the level. Again, in keeping with the theme of getting him faster plasma charges. So while it's nice for him to be awakened, it's not necessary. So this is a champion, at least at this time, I do not believe needs to be awakened. All right, let's take a look at his abilities here. So here you go. These are his passives. He's immune to Incinerate. So he's a decent counter against Mephisto. However, I still think Void is a better counter to Mephisto. He has 2,000 energy resistance. That's a lot. That means, like Magic's Limbo, he takes less damage from her Limbo. Now, here's something I found interesting. He passively generates 2.5% of a bar of power each second. But he also gains 25% less power from landing and receiving hits. Now, the reason that I like this is because unlike Doctor Strange and Symbiote Supreme, he doesn't just rely on passive generation. He does still gain power from hitting like you would expect from most champions. I'm not a fan of Doctor Strange and Symbiote Supreme's method of gaining power. So this is really nice. Of course, they probably had to do this because he's a mutant, whereas those guys are mystics, and so you have mystic dispersion to help out their power generation. All right, now here's another one that's really good. He reduces the opponent's critical damage rating by 50%. So that makes him a little bit more tanky than you might expect, because a lot of our damage comes from our critical hits. So the fact that he cuts that in half is big. Now, another one Havok's medium attacks, heavy attacks, and light combo ending attacks do not make contact and deal energy damage. When I read this, I thought of two opponents, Electro and Korg. I think he would be a really good counter to both of those champions. But we'll see. And here we go with his other passives here. Now, one of the things that you have already noticed is that he relies a lot on these plasma charges. Okay, and you're going to find out why when we read the next couple of sections here. All right, so this first one is telling you how he's gaining plasma charges. All right, if he's affected by a power drain, he loses them all. But this is how he gains his plasma charges. And you saw the synergies are helping to gain plasma charges even faster. That increases his damage, and we're going to see why. It's all about these plasma buildup debuffs. Okay, so he has a maximum of 10 plasma charges. But when he goes beyond that, he places a debuff on the opponent, and they stay until removed by another ability. Okay? And that's not just his ability, as we'll see. So if he's made to bleed, he's not bleed immune. He also puts a plasma buildup again on the opponent. Now at 11 stacks, all plasma buildups are removed. Okay, when it's removed, it detonates, causing damage. So the faster you can build up to the 10 plasma charges, the faster you can start building up these plasma buildup debuffs and do damage. Okay, now if it's removed due to a purify effect, it does even more damage. So any champion that can purify debuffs, and I'm wondering if that works against Agent Venom's tenacity, but they do even more damage when they're purified. That is nice. All right, and you can read the rest there. Armor up buff, Havok receive no damage from this ability. So while he's charging his heavy attack, he can convert 2 plasma charges to 1 prowess, each one increasing special attack damage by 10% and lasting until Havok's next special attack. And it maxes out at 5 stacks. So he gains 50% maximum for his next special attack. And we are going to test that out against Winter Soldier. All right, and then his heavy attack places a feedback debuff on the opponent for 10 seconds and causes damage over those 10 seconds for each plasma buildup. So again, the faster he can get those plasma charges, the more damage he's going to do. But it does take a little bit of setup. I watched some videos where he was doing some crazy special 3 damage. This is why. But he has to have those plasma debuffs. He's got to build up that 50% special attack bonus. And yeah, he's capable of some crazy damage. All right, and here you can see all of his special attacks here. All right, and we'll look here. You can see them all right there. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and play around with him. I haven't done anything other than arena with him, so we're going to discover what he can do together. All right, time for a little gameplay. We're going to go into Realm of Legends, fight Winter Soldier. You can see the team that I went in there with. I activated all of Havok's synergies, and we also have some crit damage and crit rate increase going on in the synergies there. Now, this is not a how best to fight with Havok video. This is a rank up and gameplay. It's a first look at the champion. This is my first look at the champion, my first time playing Havok outside of Arena. Alright, so based on the description that I read from him, I know that building up his prowess and then firing off specials will increase the special damage, but I don't know whether his best rotation is a special 1 and then just rotate special 3s, or, you know, a special 1, a special 2. I don't know what the best rotation is. But what I'm doing here, as you saw, I fired off the special 1 so you guys could see that. Now I'm going to fire off a special 2 so you guys can see that. And I fired off his heavy so that you guys could see what the heavy does. And finally, I'll fire off the special 3. After I fire off that special 3, I basically just go ham, have fun, and I'm just basically fighting and seeing what he can do and get this Winter Soldier down. So I am running suicides. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the damage. You're also going to see times where plasma detonate happens, and watch for the damage there. You see the feedback here, so his heavy puts that debuff on them and he's taking quite a bit of damage. And also bear in mind that this is only a rank 3 5-star Havok. So I can only imagine what he is like at rank 4s and 5. Okay, he is a lot of fun, but he does take a little bit of setup, but the setup doesn't seem to, you know, really take that much effort. Honestly, it seems to happen almost naturally. So I actually like Havok. I don't know if I will use him outside of Arena, but you never know. And like I was saying before, he seems to be a really good counter for Korg and Electro. So after the Winter Soldier kill, I'm going to try to duel a Korg and an Electro, and we'll see how he does there. Alright, so enjoy the rest of the fight, and after this fight, you'll see a couple of duels, and then we'll end the video.
Crush your face. This is not a phase. Hey guys, I know you feel that bass. Roll with that until you see my face. Rising from a thick layer of fog at midnight. There's a time and a place to kill it. I spill it. Leak documents from a flaming tongue. Rappers acting so saintly when not long ago you were baking, cuz. And now they catch the aroma. Wonder what the kid is baking up. Add a little secret ingredient they're needing is something for waking up. My flow is caffeine and I'm the black king of spades. Among smaller cards and that scream you hear is mad heat. I am the daddy of cracking the bones of the flashiest chic. Skimming as I grow up in a robust prison. Everything I think I need is already given. For some reason I am hardly living. Physical needs are what can't be controlled. Give a kid candy, take away his soul. Can't tell the difference between hot and cold. My senses are dimmed and I'm sold. But as the credits start to roll, I wake up and I miss the movie. The people around me are swarming like they just saw something that's dooming. Now they're telling me that I miss a lot and I gotta go back and see it. Yet everyone who was watching came out that with a crooked demeanor. These subtleties and half-truths are running my country at large. Shipping this garbage by every ocean. I'm about to sink the barge. Health, war, famine, and money. Get rid of those and we have no country. What happened to thinking people love me? These relationships feel so ugly. It's like we're speaking on the surface, but something sounds scripted about all the verbiage. Like everything we think came from another person and we didn't take time to think if it's worth it. To act as a service to only a few human perspectives. Then we got humanity's section by politics, culture, religion, perspective. None of us electorate depth perception. It's been messed with.
Alright, so we're going to end this video with a duel against Korg. Now, I was not able to find a 5-star Electro to duel, but Havok is a great Korg counter because his medium attacks do not make contact. He doesn't get that damage back from Korg's awakened ability. Now, I'm not the best Korg fighter. There is a way to fight Korg using only light attack so that you don't take the damage back. But the nice thing about Havok is you don't have to do that. So I can actually just go in, bait out Korg's heavy, and just go in with my medium like I normally would do. And as you can see, I'm not taking any damage. His shield is down, so I bait out that special 2, and I go in a little bit here, fire off a special 2 here, and look at that. Look at that damage. I love Havok. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I'm sorry that it was a little bit longer than I usually make these types of videos, but hopefully you found it informative. Click like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. Do you like Havok? Does he look like fun? Let me know in the comments below. And you guys have a blessed day.